Hello, everybody. This is Carol from Friendly Quail. I'll tell you, I've made about 3 videos in the last couple of days, and not one of them has turned out. I was trying to use a different camera, didn't work, so I'm going to skip on to the next step, and I'll tell you what I did. First of all, these little yo-yos are they're 1.5-inch yo-yos. I sell these in my Etsy shop, and the reason I have them out here is because I am doing a treasure box, and I'm putting things in that will be given away when I have 100 subscribers. Right now I'm at 85. So I said I was going to put something in every time I did a video. So this is what I'm putting in this time. So I'm going to gather these up and put them in a bag. Now I did do one other video. I can hear my clock is bonging. I did another video where I started taking apart a rug from India, and I didn't put anything in that time. So I'm going to add something else. And this is like for a pocket. It's a snippet, but it's a harder one. It's made with all different kinds of ephemera. And this is a piece that's big enough to go on a page as a pocket like this. So I thought I'd put that in. So that's 2 more things. When I get to 100 subscribers, I'll do a video of all the things in the box, and that's the one that you'll have to comment on if you want to win it. So what I did in the last couple of videos is I made these covers for journals. Excuse me, I'm going to take a little tea. Oh, I made these covers for soft cover journals for fall. And I actually made one to try it out, and then I made a video making each of these. The videos didn't work. So I had sample upholstery fabric, and that's what they're made of. And I just glued it onto a 9x12 envelope, manila envelope. And then I glued on a piece of cardstock to cover the edges. And I did put this underneath heavy books overnight to dry. And then I folded them and I put them underneath a heavy book again. And I've kind of been bending them a little bit because I'm going to be doing this kind of bending thing to just kind of break down that cardboard right in the middle a little bit. I do have tie-back tape inside as well that makes this stronger. So I've been cutting pages, and I have pages that I did with in a video a while ago with the botanical prints with alcohol ink that I made, homemade alcohol ink. And I have some of the coffee dyed with plastic and things like that. So I did a lot of pages like this because I thought these would be really pretty in a fall journal. And so I just have to add a few pages. So today I'm just going to show you how I'm going to adjust a few pages to fit. This is one example. This was from a directory book from where I was born in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. I might have to get a cough drop. Sorry about that. Anyway, I found the year I was born, and it had where my parents lived. My family lived at the time. And I love these advertisements along the sides. And, you know, like this. And if I cut it totally off or to fit, then I would lose all that. So there's a lot of space in here. So what I did, and also this is a little, like this one's ripping. Well, you could put washi tape on, that's no problem. But what I ended up doing is doing a little bit of folding in here to reinforce this. So I put some of the glue stick. This one's kind of dry. This one's better. Oh, much better. Well, what I kind of did is I folded this in. I really shouldn't. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I folded this in like this. And now I'm going to, this is still too big. So I'm going to fold it over this way. And that's a little bit closer to what I need. But I'm not losing any of the, writing or anything like that. This one's a little more ripped than the other ones I used. Okay. Now it's still too big because I want it to be the size of this. And so you can see it still sticks out. But I can now cut some off. Let's see here. I can cut a little bit off, like up to here. And I'll cut the bottom part off right to here. And I have to cut the top off. The only thing I hate is that I'm taking off the page number. I love the little page numbers. And now this fits more inside of this paper like this. So it works. And I've got a couple of those. I'm going to be doing 2 signatures each. And in each one with 10 papers, I should say. So I will have a total of 80 pages in the journal. Now, I have a couple of Edith Holden pages. And again, these are too long. So I do have to take a little bit off. And I tend to take it off, if I can, I'll just take it off the bottom. If you see this, it's only a little bit, maybe about a 1/2 inch too big. So I could leave a little of that on and take a little off the top too. So I probably will do that to keep the number. So get my little thing back here. Oh, that was good. I'm such a klutz. Okay. I'm going to take off about a 1/4 inch. I'm looking at it. I think I might end up taking just a little bit more off the bottom. I'm going to take this down to where the number is and leave the number. And I'm going to just take a little bit more off of this bottom part. And that should be about right. Yeah, that's pretty good. See? Now, they're also too wide. And rather than cut them off or lose any of the pages, I am going to fold it in like this. So let me get this. I'm going to fold it right along kind of that edge. Make sure I'm in frame. I'm putting this here with this in the middle bend, and I'm folding it over the edge like that. Now what that does is I can either have a fold out or I can make that into a pocket. And I have to do that with the other side as well. If it makes it just slightly smaller, I don't care. Sometimes in the middle you have to take a little more off anyway. Sometimes I fold them this way, sometimes I fold them this way. Depends what the picture is. So I'm going to line this one up again. I will put a piece of washi tape where the holes are in the middle. But now I've got a page that fits, and I can make this into a pocket, which I probably will. If it's a really, really, really cool picture that I'd lose a lot, I maybe will just leave it. But I really like this one. Like this one here, I have this squirrel. And if I turn this in about that much, which is what I did, I still got the squirrel, but I could make it so I could fold it out and it wouldn't be a pocket. So I'll do that one later. But that's how I'm making that. Then I always have, I do this. I like to have a scrapbook page that's cardstock for the beginning page of each signature. And so I need to cut this down to like 8.5 by 11, like the other paper. It can be slightly bigger, but not usually. I usually end up taking it right down to the same size. So like I did this for a signature. And to get the whole flower in like this, I took about 1 inch off the bottom. And then I took the rest off the top, rather than going like this and cutting off my flowers. I like that. I got both of those flowers. This one won't matter. This is pretty easy to do. So I'm going to cut them down. Now, I will use my cutter again, I am so sorry. You think after I did it once I'd learn, right? I'm just going to cut about a strip off. Actually, I'm going to open this all the way. So now I can cut this down to 11. Well, I'm going to cut some off the other side. And then 8.5. So now I've got my 8.5 by 11, and I will score the center so that I can bend it neater. So I have another piece that I coffee dyed on the back. It's still oh, what do you call it? It's scrap up paper, but it's not cardstock. Okay, so I had this one folded in half, cutting off, and I'll keep this type of thing to use for pockets and that. And then I have to cut a little bit off, so I'm going to line it up at 5.5. Which would be my 11. And cut that off. So I do take them off. And the ones that end up in the center, whoops, see if I can do that again. The ones that end up in the center of the book, sometimes I have to cut a little bit of the edge off on this side so they don't stick out, because you know they keep piling up. But with only 10 papers in a signature, it's not as much. I don't have to cut off as much usually, because it builds up here in the middle. Oh, it's starting to rain out there. Okay, so that is what I'm doing. I'm getting my pages ready, and next time I'm going to come back and I'm going to start working on some pockets and some cards. In fact, I saw a good idea on Journaling with Wendy about using some of these cards. I bought a whole bunch of these when I first started journaling, making journals, and they're nice card, but I don't use them that much. I put them in some types of journals, but not that many, and I have so many of them. So I'm going to be covering these and making journal cards out of them that are going to go with my fall book. So that's what we'll do next time. And until then, thank you for joining me. This is, and hopefully this one will work. I'm doing it with my back to my cell phone. This is Carol from Friendly Quail. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being with me today. And I'm sorry, I banged my little camera here. So I'll try to be better. I keep trying to be better, but if I don't post this one, I'm going to be waiting forever to post. Nothing seems to be working lately. So we'll just barrel right through it, all right? Carol from Friendly Quail saying thanks for joining me. Bye.